Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. How you doing, dude?
It's the GSL Finals,
I know,
Tasteless. Man. And guess what? It's not just the GSL Finals.
Not just that.
We also, before the Finals, right now, have a special match. We had a little week-long tournament at the GSL, and we're doing the Finals for you guys in 3D for a lot of people. Maybe not for you watching us.
Probably not for the people at home, but
it's going to be awesome anyways.
We're doing the Finals of the 3D tournament that's been going on all week. A lot of you at home are probably saying, wait a minute, what 3D tournament? I didn't see that. Well, it wasn't in English for most of the week. Yeah. In fact, GOM just made the decision, due to the success of the 3D tournament, to have Artosis and myself, Tastosis, cast the Finals of this for you. So, as you can see, all the people behind me here, and this place is packed, by the way.
It is packed.
This is not the first esports event I've done in this venue. I've been
either.
I've been in Seoul for 4 years. This is like the second or third time I've been down here, but this is the most full I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Hands down. So all the people in the audience right now, they're going to be watching this in 3D. It's going to be casted in 3D.
Yeah.
See those glasses? Not just styling. Mixed up 3D. And
no, those aren't hipsters you're looking at.
No, those are not hipster nerds.
Well, some of them may be.
The guy
like
in the middle, maybe.
Right,
I don't know.
We're like actually a full Archon at this point, just say and think the same things. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. This is not the first time we've done some 3D casting.
No, it's actually our second time. But this is the very first 3D finals of any StarCraft tournament, where it's been
very true
broadcasted to the world. And, of course, with 3D technology making gaming, basically move into the next step, the future of not just esports, but video games in general as far as a kind of immersion experience.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see us finally here. So, again, just so I know that, last time we talked to everybody, we said at this time now we would be doing the GOM TV Super Tournament Finals. We are doing that today, but we're going to be doing the finals of this tournament first. So, basically, you get to see two finals in one day with Tastes and Artosis.
Is that not the most amazing gift? You're like, well,
yeah,
this is June.
Why
Christmas
is it Christmas
isn't in
now?
June?
Yeah. Santa wakes up he thinks he slept in? No, Santa. First of all, you're not. Well,
you don't have to beat those elves.
Yes.
All right, they didn't need to have the toys ready
Stop tying the elves to poles to make them make toys. It's not necessary. There's no rush. We are just having Christmas right now in the summertime here at the GSL. So, look, let's go right into this, Artosis. Our first two players, a Terran and a Zerg.
It is.
One I think almost everybody's familiar with.
Of course, sCfOu.
The other,
amazing
people not
Terran.
So familiar with. Tell us a little bit about this Zerg.
Well, he's MVP Dongregu, and this guy, everyone's been talking about him in Korea and some outside of Korea as well for quite some time. An amazing Zerg. He hasn't had GSL experience yet. He hasn't done well in GSL. Hasn't been making it in. He's not Kodes. He's not Kode. I'm sorry. I wish he was.
Well, you got players like Younghwa
yeah.
or Seed or many of these other great StarCraft players that just aren't even in Code A yet, because right now in Korea, the StarCraft 2 scene has been expanding, has been growing. And what that means is that, some of the guys that were in Code S to start have had it a little bit easier. There's still young blood that's moving its way up. And we've seen that in the Team League. We're seeing it now here in the 3D tournament finals.
Well, Dongregu, man, he's actually sick. He might possibly take this. He's one of the best players in Korea.
Yeah, a very formidable Zerg player.
Well, let's take a look at the regional qualifiers. Check Prime, Rain, Slayers Teja, sCfOu, Slayers Young, MVP Dongregu, Slayers MMA, MVP Genius, Sage, Buja, Green King, Supernova, JYP, and sCfOu.
So in case you guys are wondering what these locations are, you see Incheon or Daejeon there. These are different locations within South Korea. So that's what that all
so a lot of players.
Earlier.
In fact, almost every player there lives in Seoul, so they actually traveled out.
To their home turf, basically. Yeah. So, as you can see, once we got into the round of 16 phase of the tournament, here's how it looked.
Yeah, we see that Sage made it really, really far. Another player that hasn't done all that well yet, but he is on the same team as San and as Bonbon, so he's got some good Protosses to train with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took out some great players on his way. MMA amazingly took him out. I guess he's only TVTing right now. Took out Check Prime and then lost to sCfOu. sCfOu, of course, going through Dreamer TT. I don't even know who that is, actually. Then Rain.
A lot of new people here. And here's the other bracket. Take it away, Artosis.
And look at that, man. Dongregu taking out Teja, another very famous player that hasn't made it far.
Yeah.
Taking out Younghwa, who took out Supernova. Sick. And then taking out JYP, a TSL member we haven't seen yet, but is actually really good. I talk to the TSL head coach about that guy all the time. He's amazing. And so Dongre Gu, a very hard bracket himself.
So, that's quite a series of players to go through, especially, on his side of the bracket. Taking out Young Hua. Young Hua is one of the Protoss's that sort of taught all of us, you and me actually, man, as well, PvP.
One of the best PvP
steer away
players.
from warp gating, for warp gate rushing. So it's pretty big to see the Zerg player this far now. Now, here's something else to keep in mind, though.
Okay.
Our Zerg player does not have the kind of stage experience.
No,
and by the way, look, okay, here we got a better shot for you guys of how packed it is in here.
It's pretty sick.
It's pretty insane. And here's our player. Now, just so you guys know, again, he has sunglasses on for a reason. This is the 3D tournament. So they're actually playing this in 3D.
Yes.
So as exciting and as awesome as that is, that's a totally new experience.
It is. It is.
I
actually have been playing some 3D at home.
Pretty crazy, man.
It is awesome, man. It looks so nice.
Well, StarCraft looks just immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
In 3D, man.
Oh, it's StarCraft looks amazing in 3D, man. I have to go through the single player in 3D. It's going to be so fun.
Remember when we were young, Artosis?
No.
Remember the Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
I was like, they're never going to get graphics better than this. And then I remember specifically when Soul Calibur came out on Dreamcast, and I'm like, well, this is it. we cannot get graphics better than this. And now I have a job as a video game commentator, and we're seeing yet another step in that with StarCraft 2 in 3D. Now here's the Zerg player, a bit of an underdog here.
Yeah.
He's very familiar. He's from Busan, so we got a little bit of a Seoul-Busan rivalry going on here. For those of you not familiar with the geography here.
Yeah, Busan's the southernmost city, the biggest city. Went down there to qualify. Very great Zerg player once again. You haven't seen much of him, but you will in the future, I guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the players will be playing this in 3D. Obviously, if you're at home, don't get those, blue-red lens glasses you got in the movie theater and try to put down them on.
Don't just blink your eyes in succession trying to make the 3D pop out at you.
But again, this is just another reason to come down to events like the GSL 3D tournament or just any GSL finals.
Yeah.
Everybody ever talked to that comes down to these events, as awesome as it looks, it's even more epic to be here, to feel the roar of the audience. We got a bunch of booths behind this, behind the shot we just had there that are giving away a ton of stuff, letting you experience other games in 3D.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing, man? Get out here. You're supposed to be watching the finals, here live. And by the way, all finals are free. I get asked this a lot, not just by fans, but my friends of mine.
Yeah.
People are surprised. Oh, what do you mean? It's actually, you just walk in and it's free? Yes, this is all free. Come down here. This is a big industry, the esports industry. And may I just say, SC is looking kind of like a badass sniper.
He actually looks like a badass right now.
He does. He needs, the suitcase where you assemble a complicated gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Dongre Gu, on the other hand, kind of reminded me of Beast from the new X-Men movie I just saw the other day. Looks really, really intelligent.
I haven't seen the new X-Men movie.
It was pretty good.
Now,
I could watch Magneto all day long, though.
If I had to,
such a sick Magneto
Beast,
fan.
Beast was always crawling around on the roof or the ceiling. I'd be like, listen, Beast, can you stop talking to me on the ceiling? All right, it's a little bit rude. I don't want to turn my head up all that way.
That's true.
I get it. You're a mutant. You got superpowers. That's my thought on that. All right, it's time. Game number 1 of Darren against Zerg. Here at the LG 3D tournament. Let's do this.
Sponsored by LG Cinema 3D.
Tasteless.
It's the finals over here. Who is this? Well, in the red at the north location, we have
MVP Dongre.
Well, that's actually sCfOu.
That's sCfOu. This is all live.
We're trying to trick you out.
Boo-boos happen. Down here in the upper right location, we have
MVP Dongre.
And I want to point out just from what I heard behind myself, the roar of the crowd for our Zerg player was much, much greater.
Yeah, this guy is this underdog in Korea that should be doing well but hasn't yet. So fans really behind him here today, Tasteless, as I'm sure a lot of you at home, at these GSL parties and whatnot are. By the way, in case you're just joining us, this is the finals of a 3D tournament that we ran this week at the GSL. And we will be having the GSL Super Tournament Finals right afterwards.
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 finals in a row. So get another pot of coffee if you're watching live in your stateside. We got a lot of games to cover for you guys. There will be a 10-minute break in between this finals and the next finals.
Yeah, it's exactly enough time to make some toast, make a cup of tea, go pee, let out your dog, and make sure your dog gets back in.
Yeah, unless the dog escapes, you know. You ever have one of those dogs? I haven't, but my friends did. I'd open up the door, the dog would run out, the family's mad at me. I'm going to chase the dog for an hour in the car. I don't want to talk about it.
That's terrible.
So we have 2 barracks opener here for the Terran. Now, there's really 2 ways that this can go. The Terran can either apply pressure, which is basically make his units move down towards the base, then run back. But what's happening for the Zerg is the Zerg has to respond by making Zerglings.
Yeah.
Because, you know, otherwise he might just get run over. And when he's making Zerglings, he's not making drones. The other thing that Terran can do is actually even add additional barracks here, send SCVs, and try to run over the player.
Well, we see already Dongrigu is prepared for SCs, making 6 Zerglings instead of the standard 4. And that is something that Nesty learned during his epic match against SC in the last GSL. It's actually, against SC, you have to do this. If you make just 4 Zerglings, he actually has these timings that are going to end up killing you. You make 6, though, and you might be all right.
All right, so a little bit of back and forth here. There's a good job here for the Terran, controlling the Zelnaga watchtower, so knows how much more pressure can I apply. And whoa, Artosis, that's 4 SCVs.
That's 5 SCVs.
I thought that one was a Marine for a second. That's 5 SCVs.
Well, Dongrigu is making nothing but Zerglings right now, so we're going to have to see, will he have enough? There's a lot of Zerglings coming down, the Queen coming down as well, and he's got to get these Zerglings surrounding. No, doesn't do it, but goes back, goes after this SCV. Has some drones in as well. The Queen is out. And
that is no larva injection. That Queen is out, so he's got to be careful. And the Lings have actually slipped through. The SCV's not exactly doing a good job of blocking.
And these Marines being microed back just so perfectly. How much damage can he get done here?
And the battle continues here. The SCVs and Marines are being chased back. The Queen is getting low on HP and is gone. Marines are streaming up now. Bunkers being made at the ramp. He can potentially wall this in. Well, the SCV's been taken out now. The Marines are continuing to be microed. So we're going to have to
And it looks like finally, even though he loses that Queen, takes out those Marines, and now over he goes with those Zerglings. But remember that the Terran player, all he lost was the 5 SCVs that he sent, plus any Marines, but he did a ton of damage, Tasteless. And there we go.
So, with Zergling speed finishing there, that was a big moment. That was the moment where, the Marines can no longer stutter micro. Our Zerg player now expanding to his natural base.
He's going to have to drone like a madman now, Tasteless. I mean, he's in a little bit of trouble. It's going to normalize into a regular game, but he's got all these Zerglings that we've seen. He's going to keep poking and stuff and trying to scout, but that's all he can do with them. In the meantime, we see SC making another command center, getting double gas, and he's going to be completely safe to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. He is going to be in quite a situation here. The hatchery about halfway done now, and I think, hold that thought, Marine going to be pushed out. I'm surprised that he actually sent the SCVs during that rush, though.
Well,
it's an interesting situation.
I think
we saw that more a while ago.
He so wanted to get some bunkers up, but it didn't work out for him.
Yeah. Now, moving on, we got Zerglings still outside the bottom of the ramp. You can see that there's a lot of caution being taken here from the Zerg, by the Terran rather, with the bunker here at the expansion.
A good amount of drones at this point. Still making just drones and Queens and Overlords is Dongrigu. That's exactly what he has to do. We do see 2 factories going up. Beautiful move there. This is a great map to transition into some Blue Flame Hellions and then go into Siege Tanks. Just awesome move by sCfOu. That wide open natural. It's going to be very hard with this